Hi Gemini, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're not new here, then welcome back. I'm just going to pull some energy for you, Gemini, just to see, what you're dealing with currently at the moment. This isn't a timed reading, so it is timeless. So whenever you find this video, if it resonates, then it's your video. If it doesn't resonate, then be sure to check out the other videos for your other placements, basically. As always, any information you need about me can be found in the description box below, and we're just going to get straight into it. I have pre-shuffled for you, Gemini. So yeah, we're just going to get straight into it. Okay. So I feel like you're going through a period of healing at the moment, Gemini. This ties in very nicely to your last reading, actually. The last reading I did for Gemini, I think it was the Valentine's reading. It was all about self-love. But we'll get into it. We'll delve a little bit deeper. So showing up right in the middle of your spread, you have got the Four of Swords here. So as you can see, this is a card of healing. It's a card of respite, removing yourself from the hustle and bustle of every day, basically. Isolating somewhat. This is a card of rest, and it's mental rest. So I feel like you may have been stressed out recently, or just there's a lot going on in your mind, let's just say. There's a need to rest. I feel like you are recouping. You've pulled back on your energy. You're not kind of investing into things that you probably once invested into mentally. Really getting quiet with yourself, and just kind of sitting with your thoughts, really, and trying to make sense of them. The fours really represent stability, so this talks about trying to regain that sense of mental stability. Okay. I'm just seeing that someone's mind has been put to rest. Okay, so something you may have found some information out, or you may have heard something, something through the grapevine. It's really brought a sense of peace to your mentality at the moment. We've got the Queen of Wands here. Now, the Queen of Wands does represent an Aries, so you could be dealing with an Aries, but really the Queen of Wands really talks about you regaining that sense of strength, regaining that sense of power. Aries are very, very charismatic characters, okay? So they're very magnetic. So maybe you've been attracting a lot of attention, and you're not wanting to do that. You're withdrawing, let's just say. I do feel whoever I'm speaking to now is very, very attractive, okay? They attract a lot of attention. Whether they mean to or not, it doesn't matter. But this Queen of Wands energy is really, it talks about powering up, really. And kind of, it's almost like a sense of strength, like a sense of resilience that you're building. I don't think that things are getting to you as easy. I feel like you're much more calmer, much more placid in your approach to things, okay? Again, I'm just getting like someone's mind is being put to rest. The queens really understand, because the queens are ruled by water, so the queens really understand their suit. Basically, that's what I want to say. The queens really understand their suit, and in this case, it's the Queen of Wands. So this is really about understanding your purpose, understanding your place in the world, understanding your journey, your path. What it is that you want to do, where you want to go. It's very much about. I'm getting like a very selfish energy, but not selfish in a negative way. It's just you're thinking about yourself a little bit more. You're kind of putting yourself first. If you are putting yourself out there, it's because you're choosing to do that, okay? You're choosing to who to communicate with and interact with, okay? In the past, I do feel like you've just been feeling really rushed off your feet, probably. I feel like you've had a lot of stress to deal with because we've got the Eight of Wands here. Now, the Eight of Wands really talks about building a type of momentum, things really kind of sweeping you off your feet, things going like, to the dozen, I'm hearing. It's almost like lots of responsibilities, lots of things to do, lots of, you know, there's just a lot, basically. You may be a little overwhelmed with the amount of things that you need to get done, okay, in terms of responsibilities. Eights again are a show of strength, and this is you kind of, this is talking about the strength of spirit, the strength of identity as well. You may be receiving, or in the past, okay, you may have had a lot of suitors, a lot of people putting themselves forward to connect with you, basically, and I just think you've withdrawn from that energy. You're not really interested in taking any offers up at the moment. You're really trying to manifest that sense of self, okay, let's just put it that way, sense of self. Aries rule the head, okay, so you are thinking a lot at the moment. You're thinking a lot, using your head. It's almost like you've got your head in the game. I feel like you've got a plan, like some type of a game plan, and you're very enthusiastic to get it going, basically, okay? So at the moment, there's a period of quiet, but I do think that things are going to take off soon. It's almost like you've got a game plan. You don't really want to stray too far from it. Things may be very up in the air for you at the moment, okay, with this Eight of Wands. You're really wanting to ground these tasks or these challenges or whatever it is that you're dealing with. You really kind of want to root them and to get things going, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So you could have been going through a period of silence. You could have been going through a period of rest where you really withdrew your energy from a lot of people, a lot of characters, a lot of suitors, and it's almost like you've preserved your energy. You've powered up, okay? So I'm hearing like you've been powering up. I'm also hearing fully charged as well, so that might resonate with somebody. But this Eight of Wands is really kind of showing that it's like an urge. I just feel like there's this urge to get something going, okay? So at the moment, it may not be present, it may not be manifest in reality, but it's going to come in soon for you as well with this eight of Wands. It's in the pipeline, and I think the minute that it actually touches ground, you're going to be off, basically. It's almost like start again. It's almost like you're being put on a new path. Spirit's putting you on a new path. After this period of quiet, after this period of isolation, I do feel like you have been healing, doing a lot of healing, healing a broken heart, I'm hearing. Healing a lot of pains, a lot of upsets, a lot of just really heavy energy, really, really heavy energy. I don't think like you're sat in that energy anymore, but I just feel like it's almost like the aftermath of that. It's kind of like, right, where do I go now? So you've been really trying to charge yourself up. You've been really kind of giving yourself that pep talk, giving yourself that motivation, and that, putting all your energy into yourself and your environment and your surroundings. Definitely trying to manifest something with this Queen of Wands. She's always got something going. She's always got some type of idea, some type of project, some responsibility or some duty of some kind. But at the moment, it's very much up in the air. With this Eight of Wands, it's almost like it hasn't touched ground yet. It hasn't touched base. We've got the Knight of Swords showing up for you, okay? So the Knight of Swords is showing up in past energy. I feel like there's been a lot of conflict in your life. I feel like you've had a lot of crosswords with people, okay? This Knight of Swords is someone that doesn't tend to hold back. Whatever it is that's on their mind, they say, okay? So this is Gemini energy, okay? So very much your energy showing up in your own reading. I feel like you've been going backwards and forwards with something for quite a while now, okay? And it's almost like in the past you kind of just went wherever the wind blew you, okay? So that you wasn't really grounded in anything, and because of that you felt just a little bit all over the place, a little bit torn. Everything had the same level of importance. You wasn't able to prioritize, I'm hearing. You wasn't able to really kind of bring this sense of structure to your life, especially when it comes to your thoughts, your thought pattern. I feel like your head's just been all over the place, absolutely. That's in the past. Like I said, you know, a lot of things have probably happened to you. You were healing a lot of hurts, you know, I feel like you had a lot on your plate. Let's just put it that way. A lot to deal with. So many thoughts running through your mind. You just felt like you were being pulled from pillar to post, and you really was ungrounded. I'm just really getting this ungrounded energy. However, currently, it's almost like that's seeing itself out. Okay, so you're not as all over the place now. You were a little bit more stable, I'd like to say, mentally stable. I am also picking up anxiety as well, you know, because the air signs, you know, they do talk about, they do relate to anxiety. So I am picking up anxiety in this reading. So maybe in the past you really suffered with anxiety, just, you know, being here, there and everywhere, not really able to rest, not really able to recuperate. And even if you were resting physically, your head was just like all over the place. You didn't really know what to think. You didn't really know what to, you know, how to direct yourself or direct your energy, or really just kind of tap in, I'm hearing. But that's not the case anymore with this Four of Swords. It's almost like you are really tired. I'm just getting tired, exhausted, mentally exhausted. You know, you are in a period of recuperation and rest. Okay, so this is something that's happened in the past. We'll pull some more cards and we'll do a bit of digging, but I am picking up anxiety here, especially with these wands showing up as well. These wands really talk about impulsive, really kind of potent energy, you know, especially the eight. Really type, you know, it's like potent energy that's very difficult to harness. So in the past, maybe you found it very difficult to harness your energy and produce something from it, make something useful come from it. It was almost like it was just living inside you and you didn't really know, you didn't have any direction, nothing to direct it towards. Okay, Eight of Cups here, you're walking away from things that no longer serve you emotionally. Okay, the Eight of Cups really talks about leaving things in the past, wanting more for yourself, wanting to kind of go in a new direction in order to find, you know, that cup of fulfillment, that cup of love. Again, it's just really symbolic of self-love. You want something new and something exciting, okay? You want emotions to calm down. You don't want it's almost like you really don't want the same as what you've had in the past, which is just anxiety-ridden, up in the air, all over the place, connections with people. I don't think that you've had anything really grounded and solid. It's almost like, you know, relationships in the past, let's just say, and this could be friends as well, have been somewhat superficial, or they've been somewhat I'm all just like seeing like a false pretense, or, you know, the reason why the two of you maybe came together was under false pretenses. It just wasn't grounded, it wasn't solid, it wasn't something that could grow into anything abundant. It was almost barren. So I feel like you're kind of trying to leave that in the past. You don't want a life that's full of barrenness. You don't want a life that's full of like all words and no actions. I'm hearing, you know, maybe people in the past have you know, said the right things, but then when it came down to them actually showcasing that, it just didn't manifest, it didn't happen. It caused you a lot of anxiety. I feel like you've been made a lot of false promises in the past. I feel like people have really tried to pull the wool over your eyes, and it infuriated you. It made you just, you know, in a nicest way, I just feel like it made you a little bit crazy, or it sent you a little bit crazy, really trying to get to grips with just people that were deceitful, people that were deceptive, people that really didn't have your best interests at heart. There's a lot of trickery I'm picking up here as well. You know, again, it's just like these falsehoods, these lies, things that people have told you that, you know, it's almost like you couldn't trust these people. You decided to pull back on your energy. You've decided to kind of go it alone for a while and get really quiet. I feel like in this quiet, that's where you found this sense of healing. You're really at a point now where you're able to give a sense of structure to your thought process. And I think it's because of this isolation, you know, that you've pulled back on your energy, and that's really what was needed, to be honest with you. you've kind of become your own healer. That's what I want to say, especially for these two. Look, the Queen of Wands, it's almost like she's casting a spell. It's almost like it's emanating from her hands. The Four, again, this talks about healing. So you've kind of become your own healer, your own seer, okay? Your own medicine man, I'm even hearing. This Eight of Cups is, again, it's a show of strength, and it's a show of emotional strength. So in the past, you've had a lot to deal with. You've had a lot that you've had to leave behind. Now, the Eight of Cups doesn't always talk about leaving situations in the past that were really bad for us. You know, this could talk about walking away from situations that we really didn't want to walk away from. You know, it weighed heavy on our heart. It hurt, basically. Let's just put it that way. It really hurt. You've had to burn a lot of bridges, okay? You've had to burn a lot of bridges with people. You've had to burn a lot of bridges with situations that you just can't make peace with. It's almost like you're being your own healer. Like I said, you're the one that's directing now. You're the one that's saying, I can't change these things of the past. Therefore, I need to push forward. I need to be my own motivator. I need to be my own mascot, basically. And you're really cheering for yourself right now. You've got the Eight of Pentacles coming up in the future, okay? So the Eight of Pentacles talks about hard work. It talks about really getting your head down, doing what's required, regardless of the cost, regardless of how long it takes you at the end of the day. Again, I feel like you've got a goal. There's some type of goal. There's something that you're really wanting to reach for. You're really trying to manifest something. Money could be improving as well with the Eight, okay? It's almost like leveling up in your profession or leveling up in your career. You may even be taking work more seriously, okay? Or you may be looking at your finances and really looking at them seriously and saying, right, let me do a bit of accounting, let me budget, you know, set up a budget plan or something like that. I'm just getting this sense of structure. You're being your own motivator right now. You're being your own healer. You're being your own teacher. And it's because in the future, you're really going to be taking your work seriously. You're really going to be putting yourself in a very favourable position, I see. You could even be doing some training as well, but it's not like mandatory training. It's like a development of a skill is what I'm trying to say, a development of something. So it's not something that you have to do because of work. It's something that's going to advance you in your workplace. It's something that you're choosing to do. I can see you spending a lot of time on it, actually. I can see you spending a lot of time really getting your head into the books. Maybe you're just reading about healing, okay? Diet and nutrition is coming up as well. So diet and nutrition may be relevant for some people. But I'm really seeing this... I think that you've kind of become aware that you will reap whatever it is that you sow. Okay, so you're really wanting to do the work. You're really wanting to put in the time, energy, and effort on yourself to reap the benefits of your hard work. Okay, maybe in the past you may have lost a lot. Okay, you may have lost a lot, or you may have. It's almost like this, again, like a lack mentality. You don't really feel maybe that you're in the position that you should be for the age that you are, let's just say, or you don't feel like you're placed very comfortably in life. So you're really taking the steps to learn new things, you know, to put yourself out there, you know, push yourself out your comfort zone. Just really think about what it is that you want for the future. Yeah. We've got the Two of Swords showing up, and the Two of Swords is really about a decision that needs to be made. It's about, you know, knowing which way to go. At the minute, you may not be very clear, okay? So there's a sense of clarity that's been lacked. You may be missing some information, or you may not have all the answers right now, but they will come, okay? They will come. You are just seated very quietly at the moment, just waiting. I'm just feeling like you are waiting, absolutely just waiting for something. I'm going to pull some more cards just to clarify. I'm hearing nest egg, okay? So you may be wanting to save some money. You may be wanting to put some money away for a rainy day. I do see you maybe making purchases for your property as well, you know, like things like decor, candles, plants, picture frames, you know, things like that. So it's not like full-on renovations. It's just things that will make you more comfortable, okay? Things that will make you feel more at home. You may be sleeping a lot at the moment as well. I'm just getting, you know, that's really where the healing's taking place. While you're sleeping, Two of Pentacles. So again, there's this sense of imbalance or this sense of juggling, somewhat going backwards and forwards. This is in relation to that decision that needs to be made. I think this is really about manifesting your future, to be honest with you. You have left behind some really hard things. You know, you've walked away from some really hard lessons. Emotionally, this has really transformed you. This has really put you on a whole new path, I don't think you see yourself as the same person anymore. You may be realizing that you're actually stronger than you think you are. You're realizing that you are very, very, not, I don't know. You may be realizing that you are very, I want to say like creative, to be honest with you. But when I say creative, I'm not really referring to art, you know, that type of creation. It's almost like when you put your mind to something, you can do it, okay? When you put your mind to something, you can do it. And I just feel like whoever I'm speaking with at the moment, it's almost like you aware that you're able to see things through. You're aware that you're able to bring things into being. So maybe you're recognizing that you are more of a manifester than you initially thought you were. I'm just seeing like in the past you were stripped bare. You know, whatever situations you were dealing with, it really kind of tore shreds off you. It made you feel like less than who you are. And it's taken some time to seat yourself in this position of strength. And now that you're there, it's almost like you're seeing the potential that you carry, the potential that you embody, you know, the potential. There's just this strength. I'm just picking up this strength. It's almost like emotional strength, or you know, it's almost like you're saying to yourself, "I'm not as weak as I thought I was." You know, I've been through some shit. I really, really have. It's in this quiet that you're thinking these things. And it's almost like you're looking at it through a new perspective now. You're really looking at it as if to say, right, if I can go through all of that and I'm still standing, then, you know, I'm really ready for whatever life throws my way. It's just this very healing energy, you're being your own best friend right now. And the star, again, healing energy. The star, it rules Aquarius. You've got Aquarius showing up on the spread. The star's very much about being sat, really kind of in this dream state, okay, really kind of dreaming up your wishes, you know, your dreams. You're analysing yourself, and you really, it's almost like you're trying to bring something into being, okay? Aquarians are the water bearers. Again, a water bearer just represents emotions, doesn't it? It represents that emotional baggage. This is really you letting go of all that emotional baggage. Really freeing yourself, really kind of saying, do you know what? It's me. I'm important. You know, I'm the one that needs to shine. It's my turn. It's almost like you are wanting to I'm also seeing like reach out and grab it. It's something is coming in for you, and it's gonna come in very, very soon. It's so close you can reach out and grab it, literally. It's really interesting energy. I feel like you've had a lot of shit thrown at you in the past, okay? And it caused you a lot of anxiety. I just feel like, again, you lacked a sense of direction. You didn't know which way to go. Maybe, you know, money's been an issue in the past. I'm just seeing like pocket money, or robbing Peter to pay Paul kind of thing, you know. I don't really feel like there was a sense of a budget. I don't feel like there was a sense of structure to your finances. So they were a little bit all over the place. You know, just your energy. I'm just getting this very erraticness, this very kind of all over the place. That's in the past. What's coming in the future is someone who is very, very stable, okay, very, very focused, very dedicated. Balancing the books. I'm hearing balancing the books as well. So there could be some kind of accounting going on, or just holding yourself accountable and saying, you know, there's things in the past that I can't change. You know, I've made mistakes. I'll hold my hands up, and holding yourself accountable and just being able to move past it because you've addressed these things. You know, if you've gone through any type of hardship in the past and you really were sat in that energy, I'm just seeing this bitterness, this resentment all just falling away. You know that it's not serving you to hold on to these things. It's not serving you to, it's almost like it was poisoning you, I'm hearing. So with diet and nutrition coming up, just be careful with whatever it is that you're eating. You know, I am getting food poisoning a little bit, so just be careful with that, especially with seafood I'm seeing now. So some of you could have recently had food poisoning, something like that. And maybe that's what you've had to heal from. Too many. Okay. Pluto's just shown up, death card. Okay. So again, deep transformation. You've shed a skin. You've really shed some skins, and it's been a painful process. Pluto's not an easy energy to deal with. When the death card shows up, it could talk about a literal death, but it can also talk about a transformation that's come in, you know, something dying out and transformation taking its place. It's almost like a metamorphosis. But it really talks about losses, okay, as well. It really talks about stepping into this new version of yourself, stepping into this new world, really kind of letting go of all, like I said, that bitterness, that resentment, those heavy energies that were holding you back. You're really healing yourself right now, Gemini. You really are. It's very interesting, and it's really deep as well. This is not just that surface level, you know, get over your partner, you've split up, and you know, it's something like that. No, this is like deep inner work. This is like work on yourself. It's almost like all those things that you don't show people, that's what you're addressing. All those things that exist inside of you that never make it to the surface, those are the things that you are really paying attention to right now. You're transforming, you're changing, you really are. You're being reborn, and spiritual rebirths are not easy to deal with. You know, it happened to me. I opened my third eye, didn't really realise I was doing it, and it was an awful process. You know, all these things, all these traumas, all these things that I've experienced in my life rose to the surface and absolutely blew my mind. It actually put me in a state of psychosis, and I was hospitalised. It was very tragic, actually. So there is a way to do it. I didn't do it properly. I did it accidentally. However, I'm glad I did, because it really kind of shifted my perspective in a huge way. I saw the world a lot differently. You know, I was able to forgive people that had hurt me. I was able to hold myself accountable for the interactions that I had. You know, the part that I played. This energy is very much like that. It's that shedding of the skin, really moving past everything that you've experienced, leveling up, evolving spiritually. It's not easy, it's hard, you know, and this is all going on beneath the surface. This is stuff that you're maybe not showing people. You're not disclosing anything. It's happening deep within. So, you know, hang on in there is basically what I want to say, really, with this reading. This is very heavy energy, but it's going to be so good for you. It really is. You know, just make sure you've got people around you that can support you. If you do need to speak to people, make sure you're seeking the help that you need, the guidance that you need. You're going to the right places. You're using people for their resources. I'm hearing there's a wealth of information out there. I'm also hearing like a bit of like psychological counselling as well, so that you may be having some type, you know, you may be wanting to have some type of therapy, have some type of healing practice, you know, have some, I'm also seeing like setting rules for yourself, like ground rules for yourself, you know, trying to stick to a certain routine or a, for example, you know, getting up on a morning and expressing 3 things that you're grateful for, you know, but you're doing it religiously, like every single day. You're doing these things because they're helping you to push past and push through and really see yourself as the person that you want to be. You're really stepping into that person. I don't think that, you know, when you're younger and you think, when I'm older, this is what I want to be. And it just seems like so far away. And then in between that, you change your mind about 10 times. It's not like that. It's almost like now you're stepping through the gate and saying, I am stepping into that person. This is who I want to be. The old me is dead and gone. You know, she doesn't live here no more. I'm really feeling like this deep, deep transformation. That's all I keep getting. 3 of Cups again. So this really talks about, sorry, the lighting's really bad, the sun's setting. But this really talks about having that support system, having that support network, you know. Don't forget to enjoy yourself in the process. You know, there are things that you can do with other people that will help you on your journey, okay? Even if it's not, you know, even if you're not in a place where you want to go out and see loads of people, and, you know, I'm just getting like girly nights, you know, and again, this can be for you guys as well, doesn't matter. But, you know, just time with people that you trust, time with people that, you know, I'm just seeing this like a bit of a crutch, like this support network. Let me just get this in. This lighting's getting bad now, but you get the gist, you know. Support, you know, this kind of support system I'm hearing. Make sure that you are reaching out to people if you need to speak to somebody. You're really changing here, Gemini. That's kind of the only thing that I keep getting. 10 of Pentacles, so this is success. So if you need confirmation, this is your confirmation that this is going to happen for you. Money's going to improve, your life's going to improve, your world's going to improve, your worldview's going to improve. This is a card of family as well. This is a card of legacy. This is a card of that which we leave behind for others. So you're really making your mark on the world right now. You're really making your mark, and you're really leaving an impression on the people around you, let's just say. 10s also mark an ending. The ending of a cycle, the ending, you know, something's playing out, it's almost your whole world's going to change pretty shortly. The Pentacles represent the physical realm. Okay, so it's almost like this ending, you know, this hardship, whatever you've been through, whatever's left you feeling kind of just cut up and beat up, and, you know, all that negative stuff of the past, all that negativity, you're really moving past that, okay? But you're not just ignoring it. I feel like there's some deep work that's been, you know, some work that's gone along with this. Absolutely. And you're going to be successful. You're going to come out the other side absolutely gleaming, absolutely shining. It's almost like somebody's polished you up. I'm hearing like even a glow up, okay? But it's not a glow up as in physical. It might be. I'm just seeing like this renewed sense of spirit, renewed sense of self and purpose and direction and energy, and, you know, all of that comes after a spiritual awakening. You know, you go from feeling so negative and depleted and, oh my God, life's just not worth living anymore, to feeling really connected to your environment, really connected to those around you. You see things in a whole new light. You see the potentials as well, and you know, and you understand that you know, with a little bit of hard work and a bit of dedication, things can manifest. You know, magic is real and it exists all around us. And when we start taking that concept seriously, when we start taking spirit seriously and our soul's purpose seriously, it's almost like our life becomes magical. You know, the things that we've always wanted start to appear. The law of attraction starts to creep in. And, you know, once upon a time when you probably thought that you'd never have these things, they start coming to you with ease, very, very easily, very naturally. It's, you know, this is amazing. I'm going to pull some cards from the Kipper deck, see what other messages we've got to come out for you, Gemini. This is kind of heavy energy, but it's not, okay? It's kind of like you're walking away from it. It's so behind you now. You've really come to terms with some things, okay? You really have. And, you know, you're in that transitional period of who you once were versus who you're going to be. Shed a lot of skins, you know, you've let go of a lot of resentments and burdens and hardships, and you know, you're not holding on to grudges. You're saying like que sera, whatever will be, you're letting go of it. That's amazing. Hard, but it's amazing. So coffin, so you could have lost somebody in the past, okay? This could have been someone that was very close to you. Maybe, you know, this was keeping you stuck somewhat. The coffin really does symbolise an ending, and with the death card showing up as well, this could be very symbolic of, you know, somebody that you've lost, family member, partner, friend. You know, it could be more than one. It could be. It just really talks about the losses that have been endured. It's been very, very hard for you emotionally. Again, this is what this Eight of Cups is. This is like, you know, situations that you've had to kind of walk away from. You haven't had a choice. You can't sit there. It's not doing you any good. You're burning those bridges. One thing that I will say is don't feel guilty. You know, if there's situations that you cannot change, don't feel guilty for wanting more for yourself. Don't feel guilty for, you know, it's not even like you're forgetting people and walking away from them. You can't grieve forever. If this is somebody that you've lost, you can't grieve forever. And that, you know, that everybody grieves differently. I personally don't think grief ever goes away. I think grief is something that you learn to live with, and it becomes more comfortable in a sense. But that first sting, that's really, you know, that hurts. It really does hurt. So yeah, so you're walking away from that, and I feel like it's changed you, completely changed your perspective on life. Let's see what else we've got. Concern, okay. Community and thief, okay. So I feel like you're concerned at the moment. You may have a little thief around you, okay. If it's not a little thief, this is just someone that likes to take the piss, basically, take from you. This is somebody that you're in close connection with, since the community card's coming up, okay. So I'm not sure if you can see that. But the community card really talks about people in your immediate environment. You know, this could be people that you live with. This could be people that, you know, you share the same neighbourhood. Maybe it's a group of friends. Maybe it's, you know, it's your sense of community, whatever's around you, basically. I feel like there's a concern that somebody may be being deceptive. You know, telling lies, not being honest and truthful, you know, maybe kind of, again, this could literally mean somebody's stealing from you, but it's almost, you're concerned about this. You're concerned about this behaviour, basically. You're concerned about this person. Let's pull some more cards, see if we can get some, where's my deck gone? Oh, it's there. See if we can get some more on this. You may not know what to do about a current situation, okay? And again, like I'm saying, this thief is in close proximity to you. If it isn't a thief, it's just somebody that's very deceptive, someone that's very snaky, someone that tries to pull the wool over your eyes. You're concerned about them. You're really thinking about what they're up to, basically. I just feel like you're not trusting this person. You're side-eyeing them. It's almost like everything that they say, you're questioning and you're saying, it's not quite adding up, you know, something like that, or it's not quite making sense. You may be concerned as to why this person is acting the way that they are. These cards flew out, I'm going to take them. So we've got mature man, journey, wealthy man, and imprisonment, okay. So this situation could concern a mature man, okay. So a mature man could represent a father figure, someone who's a little bit older. that doesn't live near you, okay? Because we've got this journey card here, so it's almost like you have to travel to see this mature man or something, or you have to, you know, there's a journey attached to it, basically. So this isn't somebody that lives close to you. So we've got this mature man here, but we've also got wealthy man, okay? So these could be two very different people, but they could also be the same person. Someone who's older, who's got a little bit of money. Imprisonment showing up. So I feel like there is a potential for somebody to be going to, okay. So I feel like somebody may be going to jail for a long time, okay. There may have been some type of fraud that was committed, some type of deception, again, with that thief card showing up, okay. There is concern here. I feel like somebody's going to prison, but they're going for a little while, okay? With this journey card, it's almost like it's a bit of a stretch, if that makes sense. They went into prison, or they will be going into prison, a wealthy man, but they'll be coming out in old age, okay? So that's a message. That's not going to resonate for everybody, but I'll show you the cards. This lighting's terrible. I'm going to have to figure it out, but I'll just show you one by one. So we've got this mature man, okay? This mature man showing up here. This is someone who knows his shit. Look behind him. He's got all them books. This is someone who's well-travelled. This is someone who gets about. This is someone who's very, very experienced, okay? Someone that's gained a lot of experience in something. You see behind him, he's got that light. It's almost like this is someone who's very, very switched on. Then we've got this journey, okay? So here, again, journey can talk about a stretch. It can talk about, you know, going the distance, mileage, that kind of thing, going on a trip, going somewhere. There's a journey. It's not distant horizons, so it's not like abroad. This is like a short trip or a short stint or something like that. This indicates travel by ground. So it's bringing up vehicles. So it could have something to do with vehicles. It could have something to do with fraud concerning vehicles, something like that, you know, selling dodgy vehicles, something along them lines. And again, look, this is someone who's made a lot of money. They've made a lot of money from whatever it is that they're doing, whatever it is that they are, you know, involved in. They're very, very clever, this person, whoever it is. And it's almost like they just understand how things work, okay? They understand the structure of something, therefore they're able to deceive it. Let's just put it that way. And then we've got imprisonment. So this person may actually have been to jail because of this already, or they could be going to jail because of it. It's almost like this person is at a loss, okay? Someone's going to lose a lot of money, okay, with this, whatever this situation is. They're going to lose a lot of money. I feel like when they go in, they're going to have a lot of money, but when they come out, they're not going to have that much. They're going to have a lot of time to think about their actions as well. They're going to have a lot of time to think about their actions. However, like I said, you know, there's a level of concern here. Now, this could indicate concern for the family of this person, I'm getting, okay? So you could be quite concerned when this happens for the well-being of the family, the well-being of the community, whatever it is that's around this person, whatever it is that's, obviously you're part of it because this is your reading, but it's almost like a community or a family or like extended family. There's a cause for concern there. Maybe family are going to be really concerned as like the court date approaches, something to them, you know, something to that degree. But there's an element of fraud that's taken place, some type of fraud or theft. So I'm going to pull some cards for your final messages, Gemini, here. That was something separate, okay? So you've gone through a healing period. You're kind of still sat in it, but you are coming out of the other side. That days are kind of behind you. You know, you've had a lot of losses, and, you know, don't beat yourself up for feeling the way that you have done. At the end of the day, you know, we all heal differently. And if you've had to sit in that energy for a while, then so be it. That's where you learn your deepest lessons. You're moving away from that now. Again, we've got the mouse, and the mouse represents losses. It represents losses. It represents just losses. Look, it's in this card, this imprisonment card again. Can you see the little mouse that's sat? I'm really feeling like someone's snitching, okay? Someone's snitching, or someone's ratting somebody out, revealing something, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm just getting like there's a snitch amongst you or something like that with the mouse. Someone being ratted out, someone being, yeah, something like that. Pushing through. This is relating to your healing, okay? You are pushing through. I'm seeing a phoenix, okay? So a phoenix, childhood issues. So that could be relevant for somebody. Maybe whoever it is that's going to prison has had issues in their childhood, okay? Which is why they are the way that they are, which is why they do the things that they do. So that might be relevant for somebody. I'll pull a couple more of these cards. I don't want these readings to go on too long, to be honest. But, you know, this is interesting. I want to try and get as much as I can for you here. There is definitely a need for a support network or a support system right now, you know, especially to assist and aid your healing process. Taking control of a situation. This goes back to what I was saying earlier. You know, you're really taking control of a situation. You're really saying, you know, it's my responsibility, holding yourself accountable. Okay, this is a message for somebody. I'm so sorry. So this really is the person probably that's going to find themselves in prison if they're not already in prison. You know, this is a message. I'm so sorry. So whoever it is, you know, this person is very sorry for what it is that they're putting people through, for what they've put you through. A lot of regret. Treat them mean, keep them keen. Okay, so treat them mean, keep them keen. So this could have been what someone was doing to you in the past. This person really kind of didn't treat you in the way that they should have done. But it was to keep you keen. It was to keep you vigilant. It was to keep you kind of connected to the situation. Maybe you tried to walk away from this person in the past, or these hardships in the past, and you just couldn't. You know, there was like no let up, basically. I feel like this is somewhat of an explanation. Treat them mean to keep them keen. Okay, and again, it's this childhood issues. Maybe this is how this person was brought up. You know, ridiculing people, you know, just kind of pulling on the leg a little bit and teasing them and that kind of stuff. It was a way of them interacting. It was a way of them. It was a way for them to keep reliving the situation, or to keep the situation alive somewhat. Not sure what that means, but yeah, I just feel like you have been treated very poorly in the past. Okay, so you know, if this is somebody, if this is a loved one that's passed on, it's really if this is a loved one that's passed on, you know, I do feel that it could be that energy, to be honest with you. It's an explanation on their half. You know, I treat you mean to keep you keen. I'm so sorry. It's an acknowledgement. It's an acknowledgement of how they treat you. You know, they're acknowledging it. And this is where this accountability is coming in again. I'm hearing this accountability. This is concerning a family member, the community, very much. This is very much about family. This reading is very much about family. So I've got two cards here that fell out. I'm not going to go into them to interpret them, but I will show you them. So we've got drinking to excess. Okay, so someone could have developed a bit of a drinking problem or just substance abuse in general. Cut the cord, okay, so there could have been some type of cord cutting from this person, or the need to cut the cord, okay. This could also be a bit of advice. Cut that cord, you know, leave it in the past, burn that bridge, get over it, move on. You know, don't make you feel guilty about it. I see you, okay. So again, if this is someone that's passed on, this is a message to let them know that they see you. They see everything that you're doing. They watch over you, absolutely. Watch over you, okay? Especially with this star card. It's almost like when you speak to this person hears you. Absolutely hears you. You know, this is a serious message for somebody out there. You are always on my mind. Again, you know, when you're speaking to this person, when you're thinking about this person, you know, just know that they're thinking about you too. We never actually lose people, you know, regardless of what you think. We may lose that physical connection to a person, but on the astral plane, you know, in that spiritual realm, we are never disconnected from these people. And if you are hearing things, if things are being shown to you, if you're hearing voices, if you're seeing things, if things are triggering memories, that kind of thing, you can be rest assured that that person is sending that your way. That is your confirmation that they are around you. So do not, you know, don't shrug, what's the word? Shrug it off. Don't shrug it off and just be like, oh, and just, you know, my mind's playing tricks on me. No, it's not. Your mind does not play tricks on you. Those messages come to you for a reason. Okay, so this is misspelt, but it says, I'm healing, I'll be with you in a minute. Again, you know, you're nearly there, you're getting there with the healing. You know, you're kind of stepping out of this grief, like I'm saying, you're stepping out of this energy. You know that you can't sit there anymore. You're healing, and you're leveling up because of it. A complete transformation. It's changed you. And then we've got deflated. Okay, so with this card, with this deflated card, I'm really feeling like, you know, again, this is a message, you know, keep that optimism. You may be feeling deflated at the moment. You may be feeling, you know, like your energy's low and you don't really have what it takes to get where it is you need to go. You know, that's not true. You're just deflated at the moment. You know, you're in a period of rest. You've done a lot of work on yourself mentally, physically and emotionally. Like that stuff, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not exhausting. It is. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of courage, and it takes a lot of you know, it just takes a lot. It really, really does. So that's your reading, Gemini. A bit slow to start with, but we got there in the end. If this reading resonates, please like the video and be sure to subscribe because it helps the channel and it helps me grow. If you do want a private reading, then you know, all my information can be found in the description box below. I'm going to leave it here, Gemini. Be sure to check out the other videos for your other placements. You know, you can cross-watch for a partner, cross-watch for family members, that kind of stuff. And if you want to reach out to me, like I said, all the information is below. So until next time, Gemini, see you soon.